We talk a lot about knowing God, but what does that actually mean? It's a huge question, right? And today we're going to zero in on this one pretty shocking statement from Jesus himself about who gets to know the Father. It's a big one. So let's get into it.
Wow. Okay, so there it is, right out of the Gospel of Matthew. And you can't miss how exclusive that sounds. He's saying that knowing the Father isn't some open door policy. It's something held exclusively in this unique bond between the Father and the Son. And it's only shared if the Son chooses to share it. That's the puzzle we're going to try and piece together. And listen, this isn't just some throwaway line. This one sentence, it's basically the foundation for this huge theological idea about just how intimate, how exclusive, and how perfect the relationship is within the Trinity. This really sets the scene for everything else we're going to talk about. Okay, so if we're going to wrap our heads around what Jesus is saying here, we have to zoom in on that one key word, knows. I mean, in English, to know can mean a bunch of different things, right? But what did it mean back then, in this context? Well, if we look at the original language, it gives us a massive clue. So the Greek word that's used here, it's not about just, having facts in your head. It means something so much deeper, to become fully acquainted with. Think about it like this. You might know about a famous actor, but you don't know them. But your best friend, you know them. That's the difference we're talking about. This is about real, deep, personal familiarity. And this really breaks it down for us. You've got two kinds of knowing. On one side, you have that deep, relational, what the Bible calls covenantal knowledge. I mean, look at that quote from Amos. God says to Israel, "You only have I known." Now, of course, he was aware of other countries, but this knowing was different. It meant a special, chosen, intimate relationship. It's all about relationship, not just information. So this really deep, intimate way of knowing, it reaches its absolute peak, its perfection, in the relationship between the Father and the Son. They don't just know things about each other. No way. Their knowledge is total, it's complete, and it goes both ways. So, you might be asking, where does this perfect knowledge come from? Well, it all goes back to their eternal nature. The whole idea is that the Son has been with the Father from eternity, so their relationship doesn't have a starting point and it has no boundaries. They get each other perfectly because at their core, they're one. And get this, Jesus actually uses his own relationship with the Father as the ultimate model for how he relates to us. Did you catch the parallel? He says, "I know my own, just as the Father knows me, and I know the Father." He's setting the bar right there. It's this perfect, back and forth, super intimate kind of understanding. And this just drives the point home, doesn't it? I and the Father are one. When he says that, it means their knowledge of each other isn't just surface level. It's not just about what the other is doing. It goes all the way down to their very nature, their thoughts, their will. It's a total, complete oneness. Now that's completely different from how we experience things, right? The Apostle Paul put it so well when he said, "Our understanding right now is incomplete. We see in a mirror dimly." It's like looking at a reflection in a foggy old mirror. You can make out shapes, you can grasp bits and pieces, but the full, clear picture, that's just not available to us. At least, not yet. Okay, so when you put those two things side by side, their perfect knowledge and our really limited view, it leads to a pretty huge question. If their knowledge is so exclusive and ours is so foggy, are we just out of luck? Is there any hope for us? How on earth can we ever get to know God? Well, the great news is the answer is a resounding yes. A bridge has been built. And here's how that bridge works. It's kind of like a four-step process. First, it doesn't even start with us. It starts with the Father. He's the one who initiates, who draws us in. Then step two, the Son, the one with all this perfect knowledge, chooses to reveal the Father to us. And how does he do that? That's step three, mainly through the Word, through Scripture, which all leads to the final and most important step, a real, personal relationship. And that's the key right there. Reading Scripture isn't just an academic exercise to gather facts. It's supposed to be the gateway to a relationship that actually changes you. But here's where it gets really beautiful. There's a twist at the end. The goal of this whole journey, it isn't just to fill our heads with perfect intellectual knowledge. The Bible is actually pointing us towards something bigger, something that goes way beyond just the facts. I mean, just listen to this prayer from Paul. It's incredible. He prays that we would know the love of Christ, a love that surpasses knowledge. Think about that. The ultimate goal isn't just a brain stuffed with data. It's a heart that's filled with the very fullness of God. It's about experiencing his love in a way that our minds can even fully process.
So that leaves us with this final thought to chew on. Knowing God, it's not some dry academic thing. It's an invitation into intimacy, a journey of revelation that's meant to completely transform us. And it all leads not just to knowing, but to loving. So the real question for all of us then is this: how do we chase after a knowledge of God that isn't just information, but is a real, life-changing experience?